Welcome inside Kauffman Stadium. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the Kansas City Royals. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. We're in store for a Major League debut in this one, Singy. It remains to be seen what kind of career he'll have, but here's step one, and there's a lot of hope and optimism around him. This organization thinks he can be an impact player.
And from what I've seen and heard from people that follow prospects really closely, I do too. We may not see him light the league on fire right from the start, as there's usually a learning curve, but I think he has the skill set to be successful at this level for a long time. Well, no doubt about it. He's going to have to put together some consistently good performances in order to bring that ERA down. Now, he's got good stuff. He's just got to be able to have confidence, trust it, and really go after hitters, not nibble. Trust that his stuff can have late life and miss barrels of bats.
Witt makes the grab, one away. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And a big factor for them in recent games, Anthony Santander.
Well, his teammates keep feeding him, and he keeps on eating. Top 5 in the American League in RBIs, and he's become a go-to guy you want to see at the plate. If you root for this team, he's the guy you want up there with runners on base right now.
Witt over to first. 2 quick outs at the top of the first here tonight. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. On the ground to the left. Throws across the diamond, and Guerrero is set down. Back here with my pal Singy, and towing the slab, Cal Quantrill.
Well, Boog, maybe a little pedestrian there in terms of the ERA, but with those numbers, you expect to be in a ball game and have an opportunity to win, and really, that's all his teammates can ask for, so we'll see if he's able to be consistent in this one.
Frazier makes the catch, and there's one down. And here now, the lineup for the Royals. And an important bat for them, batting 5th in this one, Vinny Pasquantino.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting in a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy's always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 out, space is empty. Swing and a ground ball. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Safe at first. No play. We'll see how they score this.
We all know that first inning can be a critical one in terms of guys settling in and the tone being set for the game. So this isn't what you're looking for on defense. 2-out errors are a lot like 2-out walks, but maybe even worse because your pitcher did his job to get what should have been the last out of that inning.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 strikes.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And ball 4, 2 aboard. First and second, 2 outs. Vinny Pasquantino steps in for the Royals. Ozuna over at second. Witt at first. 2 out of the inning. Throws to first in time, and that is the inning. New inning getting started. Anthony Santander at the plate. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. Ravens with some less than fantastic work on the hill lately. Got him. One gone here.
Well, I'm not sure what he was rating on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Over to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. Fought off foul. Ground ball right side. India. Handles, throws to first, and the Blue Jays go down. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's going to be Michael Massey. Quantrill back to work. That one missed. stays alive. Back to the mound. It hit him. Gets it there in time, though, and they do get the out. Definitely some concern here. That ball came back and got him right on the pitching arm. As you can see him trying to shake it off.
And if nothing else, you worry about him getting some dead arm and losing some feeling. But from what I can tell, I think they're going to let him continue, and that's a really good sign.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
It's his first strikeout at this level, but it definitely won't be his last. So, you know, these early at-bats are all part of the process for a rookie, and trust me, big league pitching just looks different than minor league pitching. He still has plenty of opportunities ahead of him in this one, though.
This one in the air, right field. Barker pulls it in on the run. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That one gets down for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. There are a lot of nicknames people have attached to hits like that. Blooper, flare, duck snort.
There goes the runner. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
And that one inside, and it hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. First and second, no outs. Addison Barger next up for the Blue Jays. And a sac bunt here. And that's a foul ball. Kicks and fires. Out there to center. Meadows coming on. Got it. Really had to move for that grab. And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
India. Witt for one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Willie Adames stands in. Runners on first and third, 2 away. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Hit hard on the ground to short. They get the force. Out number 3. Quantrill ready to fire now. That one fouled off. Ground ball to the right side. Boots it. Still fires to first. And they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup. That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Quantrill back to work. Hit in the air, center field. And that is that. Back here in Kansas City, here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The 1-1. In the air, out towards left center. Hauls it in, and there's one away. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Chases the changeup in the dirt. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. Makes the catch. And that is that. And we're back. Ready to go. Bottom 4. Now the left fielder, Marcell Ozuna. And down on strikes he goes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. The 1-1 is fouled off. The Royals yet to pick up a hit here. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Quantrill ahead 1-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, here's the left fielder, Adam Frazier. Frazier working through some struggles lately. And that one is lifted in the air. Meadows gets under it, hauls it in for the out. And now Ernie Clement. This to third. Garcia fires across the diamond, and there's 2 down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
That's to third. Garcia. And that is that. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi with my buddy Chris Singleton, and set to get us started. Bottom 5, Michael Massey. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Nope, that's foul.
Marshall Walker steps in for the Royals. Massey gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, a well-thrown splitter is going to do exactly that. Get you off balance, thinking it's a fastball. Very similar to a changeup.
Hits and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere, and it's not foul.
Back to the top of the lineup, Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. First and second, 2 down. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss. Had him out. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Ozuna puts it away for the out. 1 down. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. And stepping in is the speedy Andres Jimenez. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Ozuna pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away. And now for the Jays, Willy Adames. Going to count 1 and 2.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one.
He locked him up, and that'll do it. The inning. Back here in Kansas City, bottom of the 6th. Now at the plate, Jonathan India. Up the middle. into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Marcelo Zuna, runner on the go. Line drive. Brings it in. And there's one away. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Bobby Witt Jr. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. 2 down.
Man, he's close as he's trying to get through 6 full innings right now. He's about to throw his 100th pitch. I'd be surprised if this isn't it for him.
And next up for the Royals, Vinny Pasquantino. Misses. 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one the other way, and foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's his 9th strikeout. And we're back. And now Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Into left center for a base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. And the count 1-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. And now it's Dalton Varsho.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
Activity in the Kansas City bullpen. Chris Bubich swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Meadows makes the grab, and that is... And there's a foul ball. Got him looking. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout. Marshall Walker steps in for the Royals. Gets to it with a slide. Over to first. And very nicely done for the out. Here's the catcher, Freddie Fermin. Fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. In with the double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Swing and a miss, and that is that. Royals leave 1. Still no score. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Carlos Estevez.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
And he hits a ground ball right side. In plenty of time to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, Alejandro.
So up next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 2. Activity in the bullpen. Lucas Erce up and loosening in the pen. Three and 2. The pitch is outside. And ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what.
he earned that walk.
Now it's the right fielder, Addison Barger. Runner takes off. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and that was not close. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Makes the catch for the out. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's Andres Jimenez. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That's the first slider we've seen today. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Paul Sewald. So coming into the game now on defense, Dalton Rushing. He takes over behind the plate. Back to the top of the order now, Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
Jonathan India at the plate.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And there are two down. Bobby Witt Jr. getting ready to hit. 2 outs. Runner on the go. In there safely. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, now the number 2 hitter, Willie Adames. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Stepping in, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Everything came together for him. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And now, Anthony Santander. This one chopped to the ground, but foul. Outside corner, got him looking. He can't believe it.
Well, he throws it with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get him in the gutter, and somehow it just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
Pinch hitter coming on, Davis Schneider. And this is a big at-bat in this ball game. 2 outs. Next offering misses down and away.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
And fouled off.
Finish him.
Strike 3, got him swinging. Make it 4 strikeouts. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Jimmy Garcia. Vinny Pasquantino now at the plate. Ball four, he walked in, and that'll keep the line moving. Michael Massey steps in for the Royals.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
You know, varying speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement, as you see right there.
Rudder takes off. Swing and a drive. Back there. On its way. Ball game. He powers that one out of here. And the Royals walk it off for the win.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
Two 2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the Kansas City Royals. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about ready to roll here. And on the mound now, Eric Fetty, having a pretty ridiculous season so far, Singy.
Yeah, you see there with the sub-2 ERA, very dependable guy, and he's been pretty much lights out so far this season. So, you know, when a guy like this takes the mound, Boog, I'm expecting to watch him get into a rhythm quickly and just move through a ball game. Sometimes you can see some big strikeouts. Other times it's hard to even know he's there because the innings go so quickly.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Willie Adames.
And Boog, he's a guy who loves coming up with the chance to drive in his teammates. It's like he finds another level of focus. Batting over.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Now he gets it to the pitcher covering the bag. He keeps his composure and they get the out. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Liner, base hit. And that extends the inning.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
Anthony Santander at the plate. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the mound here today, Zach Gallen. Singy, he was impressive his last time out.
So dominant, only gave up one hit, and I know in the back of his mind he's thinking about how close he came, but he's got to forget about that and focus on his opponent in this one.
Clement over to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. And here now, the lineup for the Royals. They do a lot of things well in this offense, Singy. They control the strike zone. They make pitchers work hard for outs. And as a result, one of the better OBP teams in the league. Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. And this one carries into the party porch for a home run. Now that's quite the party favor. That'll fire up the dugout. His second of the year. It's 1-0.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Adames, the throw to first. Ozuna is out. So digging in, Bobby Witt Jr. You know, you translate on base percentage, it's basically this. Teams that have a high on base percentage, they don't make out. A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. The Royals get a run in the inning on this solo. Back here in Kansas City, second inning set to go. Willie Adames stands in. Swings through that. This one in the air. Witt puts it away for the out. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Meadows. And there are 2 outs. Ernie Clement will hit next.
Finish him.
That one ripped. That's back there. And that ball is out of here. He made him pay for that one. It's 1-1. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to connect with one just like that. He's just too good of a hitter at the plate. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
So up next, Davis Schneider. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground ball.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. All tied up thanks to this solo homer. All even now at 1-1. This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball on the show, Canada.
1 strike.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Hit on the ground to short. Fires over to Guerrero. Leadoff man retired here in the second. So up now for Kansas City, Michael Massey. He gets there with the slide. Throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
2 outs, base is empty. The other way, and it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. Throws to second, and that's a 2-bagger.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Parker Meadows in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Varsho moving under it and makes the grab. And that's the 3rd out. No run. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the 3rd inning. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Andres Jimenez. Line and a base hit into right. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with a pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it.
Runner on the go. Strike in there. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball. Ground ball up the middle. Witt tosses to first, and 1 away in the top of the 3rd.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to 3rd, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Swing, and he breaks his bat. Brings it in, and there's 2 away. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Runner at 3rd, 2 away. That one hit to right. Walker under it. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. Swing and a miss at a slider.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd. So the batting order turns over. Michael Garcia digs in now. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Fires over to Guerrero. 3 up, 3 down. Start of the 4th, and now the shortstop, Willie Adames. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Ozuna hauls it in, and there's 1 away. Dalton Varsho getting ready to hit. The 1-1. There's a swing and a drive. And it one-hops the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up.
Throws to first in time. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now Davis Schneider. Man at second. Swinging a foul straight back.
Finish him.
Runner at second, 2 down.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. Third foul ball in a row.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Ozuna. And that'll do it. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Foul ball there.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Got him swinging.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
And save. He busted it down the line for that infield single. Here goes the runner. Pitch inside. Throws center. And now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Here's the Royals' designated hitter. He's trying for third. Pitching for a strike. Out at third. And that ends the inning. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. And a 1-1. This one popped up. Middle of the infield. India in position. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Here's Andres Jimenez. On the ground. And it finds its way through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Here's Adam Frazier. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Throws to second for 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So here's the Royals DH, Michael Massey. Line drive and foul ball. Next offering is downstairs.
2-2 to count.
Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. And that gives him a lead. It's 2-1.
That's exactly what this crowd wanted to see in this spot. He blasted that pitch.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And it's caught for the out. And now the catcher comes up to him. Freddie Fermin. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Makes the grab on the run. Out number 2. And to the plate for Kansas City, Parker Meadows.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
And he beats the throw. Shows off the wheels right there. An infield single. So the Royals batting order turns over. Michael Garcia now at the plate. On the ground right side. Jimenez throw to first. Third out. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. And this is now a 2-1. And we're back. And here is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Lifted in the air down the left side, and it drops in. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over.
He didn't exactly connect with this one as he met it out front, but he still put a decent enough swing on it to get
India. Off-balance speed, there's one, and that's two.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Now it's the shortstop, Willie Adames. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Finish
Blue Jays
him.
down a run. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning. Bottom of the sixth inning. Now here is Jonathan India. And that one hammered. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
He's in there.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, has room, and he makes the catch. And here's the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 2. Tap back to the mound. Gets it to first. And the inning is over. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Chris Bubich.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And out number 1 on the grab, Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Looking to get the tying run on base. Up the middle, and that one finds its way through.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Just kept it simple.
Picks over, and he breaks for second. And he's out at first. He can't get back. Now a chance for Davis Schneider. Swings through that one. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout. And that. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Late on that fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Frazier makes the grab, 1 away. And now the right fielder, Marshall Walker. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
One out, base is empty. Hard on the ground to first. And he handles it himself for the out. And here's the catcher, Freddie Fermin. And that's ball 4. Tried another slider, but it missed the plate. Man at first. Here's the center fielder, Parker Meadow. Swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double. Here's the third baseman, Michael Garcia. There's a swing and a miss.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th, Carlos Estevez.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Good job to fight that one off.
The healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Got him looking. And that's the first out.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and didn't see it out of the hand and just left the bat on his shoulder. That was a changeup right over the plate. Probably not the location he was looking for, but the change of speeds is what.
Into the dive, and he got it.
Hitter's got a broken heart on that one. It had base hit written all over it. Maybe extra bases. Great diving catch for the upset.
With the tying run on at first, and we're in the top of the 8th. This one in the air, center field. Meadows settles underneath it, and that's the third out. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Zach Jackson.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk. Here's Marcell Ozuna. And that one just missed off the outside edge. Swing and a miss. And the count is even, 2-2.
2 strikes.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. Now it'll be the cleanup hitter for the Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Ball,
India, the base runner at first with 1 out. Swings and misses, struck him out. And next up for the Royals, Vinny Pasquantino. And it's fouled off. Got him swinging. Pulled the string on the changeup. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Lucas Erceg.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied. His 13th home run of the season, and we're starting over. It's 2-2. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Willie Adames. And 1-2.
Well, it was exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And a swing and a miss. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. At the plate, Dalton Varsho. And he blows that one by him at 100.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Out to short. Zips it across. Play is made, 2 out. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. The 1-1 is fouled off. Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. Got him looking, that's a strikeout. solo homer ties it for Toronto. 2-2 game. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth, Jimmy Garcia. Now it's the DH, Michael Massey. Off the mark there. Ball 3.
Almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Ball 4, he walked in, and that keeps things going. No outs, runner at first. Marshall Walker will hit next.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that one fouled off. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Winning run on base at first, no outs. Taps softly to the right side. To the shortstop at second, but it pulls him off the base. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
And that just misses. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. Here's the throw. And he dives in with a winning run, and they walk it off and win it 3-2.
So you come into the 9th inning, it's a tied ball game. No one really wants to play extra, so everyone's looking at how we can get this game over with in regulation. Well, they got the run they needed, put one up, and they put one in the win column.
A 3-2 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here. Live from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the Kansas City Royals. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy. First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to roll. And on the mound for Kansas City in this one, Eric Fetty. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
That's towards center. Meadows under this one. Makes the grab, one down. Here's Adam Frazier. On the ground, right side. Frazier retired.
He's out.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
2 down, bases empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now out to short. Witt over to first. And that is the back here with my pal Singy. And the starter for Toronto, Bowden Francis. What do we need to know here?
Well, this guy's just been filthy out there on the mound. Hitters batting under 200 against him, and they're just having a hard time squaring up anything, doing any type of damage. The only way he hurts himself is if he gives up the free passes and surrenders a rare home run. But outside of that, it's going to be a tough job for the opposing lineup today.
Jonathan India at the plate. Base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle.
And a swing and a miss. And that is a big first out. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
First inning, and already up to 23 pitches.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
And that's the inning. Top of the second, and now Anthony Santander. Swings through that one for strike 2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone.
Well struck right field. It bangs off the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Walker puts it away. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with 1 out. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And next for Toronto, Davis Schneider. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. He circles the bases. His second of the year, and they jump out front. It's 2-0.
No, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
1 down, base is empty. Out towards right center field. Walker makes the grab. 2 down. Alejandro Kirk digs in now. Right through there for a strike.
Full count.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Fermin makes the catch, and that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. Bottom half of inning number 2. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Marshall Walker. Base knock right field. So a man on base to start the inning. Michael Massey steps in for the Royals. That one's in there. 1-2. And a swing and a miss. That K is his 3rd of the game. Freddie Fermin getting ready to hit. Just missed.
That's too low.
Way out front for strike two. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
Well, going to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the... Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. The 1-2 goes down swinging for the strikeout. That's the first sweeper we've seen today, and the batter made a mess of it. Back to the top of the lineup, and the batter now, Andres Jimenez. Cut on and lifted in the air, and that'll fall for a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Now it's the right fielder, Adam Frazier. Runner on the move. Pitch misses. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And that's another stolen base for the league leader. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Squirts away a little bit. Some early action out there in the bullpen. Phil Maton preparing to come on if needed. Here's the pitch. Runner goes again. There's a ball. Throw to third, and he's in there easily. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again. Ground ball right side. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
So important to really lock in on it.
So the Royals bring on a new arm, Phil Maton.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground to third. On to first, and Guerrero is set down. Francis winds and deals. And now 1-2.
1-2.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Kirk throws to first in time. Leadoff man retired here in the third. So up now for Kansas City, Jonathan India. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Battling here as he fouls it away. 1 out, base is empty. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate, and it's fouled away. 2 down, nobody on. Hit in the air out to center field. Frazier sizing this one up, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Let's take a look at the pitcher of the month. He's been outstanding of late. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and it falls. Around first, digging for 2. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. In the air out towards right center. Reaches but can't haul it in. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Next to hit, Davis Schneider. To second, there's one. To first, but it pulls him off the bag. And now for the Jays, Addison Barger. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Meadows hauls it in, 2 away. So a man aboard, Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. So digging in, Cooper Bowman. In the air, left side. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. That one the other way. And foul ball. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Swing and a ground ball, and it finds its way through for a hit. And a good start to the inning. Vinny Pasquantino, runner on the go, pitch in for a strike. Safe in second, and he easily steals the bag.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one.
Runner goes again, and that one is lifted in the air. Varsho makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with 1 away. Marshall Walker steps in for the Royals. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. In comes the run from third to trim the lead. It's an RBI single. It's 4-1. So here's the Royals DH, Michael Massey. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Make it 7 strikeouts for him. Next is the Royals catcher, Freddie Fermin. That's in there, and it's 1-2. Caught him looking for the K. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 4. Back here in Kansas City, here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. To the right side, and he takes it himself for the out. Adam Frazier will hit next. 1 down, base is empty. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 2 outs, base is empty. Can't make contact with the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Nothing. Inside, just missed. And he grounds one to the right side. Foul. And it goes just foul. And that one popped in the air, left field. Schneider settles underneath it, hauls it in for the out. And to the plate for Kansas City, Michael Garcia. And a swing and a miss.
1-2.
Just misses with that one.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. A little roller up along first. And he handles it himself for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. Jonathan India digs in now. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Now a fly ball to right center. Frazier makes the grab. And that is that. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Walker settles under it and makes the catch. And there's one away. So up next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. John Schreiber getting ready to go. MacArthur getting loose as well. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
A pretty good break on the curveball right there. Maybe not as down in the zone as he would have liked, but deceptive enough to get that swing and miss. And if you don't catch that pitch out front on the barrel, it bears in on you pretty hard.
One now. Headed towards the corner. Walker on his way over. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 3 up, 3 down. Back now for the bottom of the 6th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Chad Green.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Fires over to Guerrero. And a quick out, number 1. Now it'll be the cleanup hitter for the Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. Outside, and that is ball 4. 1 gone, runner at first. Runner takes off. The 1-1 is fouled off. Runner goes again. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Here comes Witt around third. He'll score, and they put up the stop sign at second.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap, and when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
And a count 1-2. Man at second. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Fights it off, you'll see another. Fights that one away, still 1-2. With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. On a line, fair ball, coming home. He'll score easily. And now the tying run is into scoring position. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Well, he's so dialed in, I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there.
Here comes the manager out of the new pitcher now for the Jays, Eric Swanson.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
The 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Runner at second here, one gone. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He's having a hard time catching up.
Fires over to Guerrero. That's out number 2. Freddie Fermin steps in for the Royals. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2.
1-2.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. They put 2 on the. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, James MacArthur.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Swung on, broken back, grounder to third. The throw to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Here's the catcher to hit, Alejandro Kirk. Right side, India. To first, and 2 away to start the 7th. And next for Toronto, Cooper Bowman.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
That one ripped. Dives, but it falls, and now it looks like extra bases. The run comes in to score from second, and they lead by 2.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get into scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
So runner at second, 2 down. Now the number 2 hitter, Adam Frazier. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Fermin gathers, throws to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Zach Jackson. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Inside, just missed.
They hope he's the guy to spark a comeback. He tends to play better when his team is behind, so why not him?
In the air, left field. Schneider makes the grab on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
On the ground to first, and that's a fair ball. Can't glove it cleanly. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll reach second with 1 away.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there.
Now it's the second baseman, Jonathan India.
Comes through with the RBI. Just one of those seam-eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup. So up now for Kansas City, Bobby Witt Jr. in the air, right side. Frazier snags it on the run. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's down to 1 at 5-4. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Carlos Estevez.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
High fly ball, right field. Walker. 1 up, 1 down. Anthony Santander at the plate. And he can't come up with it. Gets off a throw and saved. Couldn't recover from the misplay. Next to hit, Dalton Varsho. This one in the air. Witt makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Santander, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. Dives and it gets by. Coming home. He'll score.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch.
John Schreiber gets the call from the pen.
Important job for him to do right now with that runner on third as they try to add on to their lead. Just needs 1 out to get out of it. So this is a huge matchup in this game right here.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Angel Serpa up and throwing. Hernandez, a right-hander. That's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take back now. New pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Jimmy Garcia. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. And a ball and 2 strikes. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Popped up. Bowman. And there's 1 down. Marshall Walker steps in for the Royals. Swing and a miss.
It might be time to choke up a little bit. Get that front foot down.
Oh, that pitch got away from him, and that's a hit by pitch. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Michael Massey steps in for the Royals. Outside.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Bert.
And the tying run is on base. Freddie Fermin steps in for the Royals.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead. At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but
can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
With the go-ahead run at the plate, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here at Kauffman Stadium, we go to the 9th, and now the shortstop, Cooper Bowman. The 1-1 is fouled off. Right back to him on the mound. Sends it to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th. Here's Andres Jimenez. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Touches down. That's a hit. So a man at first. And now for the Jays, Adam Frazier. There goes the runner. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 2 away. So 2 down now, and here is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Popped up left side. Garcia. He's got it, and that's the third out. So no. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
And a swing and a miss. And there's one down. He's 2 outs away. Here's the second baseman, Jonathan India. Gets a piece and stays alive. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining. Marcelo Zuna coming up to hit. Swings through that one out in front that time. On the ground to third, and this should do it. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Blue Jays salvage the finale of this 3-game series. And this one ends with a final score of 6-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. From Daikin Park in Houston, we've got a perfect night for baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Houston Astros. We're all eager to see if his heroics last time out carry over. He was absolutely dialed in at the plate, Singy.
Dialed in is right, partner. Everything seemed to be going his way. Looking forward to seeing if that same timing and energy carries over in this one.
First pitch coming your way next. So, almost ready to get underway. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Christian Javier. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
Ready to go now. And stepping in is the speedy Andres Jimenez. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Gets to it, on to first, gets him. One away on a drop third strike. Willie Adames stands in. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Stays alive. Out towards left center. McCormick sizes this one up. Squeezes it. 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Base knock center field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Anthony Santander at the plate. He swings and fouls one off. The next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Guerrero leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Back foot slider ties him up, struck him out. Back here in Houston, our starter in this one, Nick Martinez.
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And when you consider the amount of swings and misses that he gets and the fact that he's not issuing free passes, that's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
Right-hander kick steals. And a ground ball to first. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. 1 up, 1 down. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. Now this is in the air down the line. Frazier on the move. They got it for out number 2.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play, and it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And out of here. That one felt good. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0.
Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
And now it's Christian Walker. Walker matched a homer in his last game.
Aye. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
No question about this one. It's out of here. Home run number 10 of the year. And they add to the lead. It's 2-0. Siggy, that's his 199th career home run.
Well, 200 homers is an exciting number for anyone to get to. He's got to be looking forward to that next one a lot.
2 outs, nobody on. Yainer Diaz up next for the Astros. Outside and low, it's ball 4. Runner at first with 2 away. And the batter now, Isaac Paredes. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. That one carrying. Gone. It finds the Crawford boxes. A home run. Their 3rd home run of the inning. And they add to their lead. It's 4-0.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient and waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Up the middle, Adames on the run, sends it over to first. On the money, nice play. So they move out in front after. Back here at Dyken Park, new inning getting started. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. McCormick pulls that one down, and there's 1 down. Here's Adam Frazier. 1 down, base is empty. This to center field. Pena tracks it down for the out.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Fly ball center field. McCormick makes the grab, and that'll do it. Bottom of the inning, and now the DH, Jake Myers. Swinging a foul out of play. He's one of those Dave McCarty, Mark Carrion, Ricky Henderson types. Throw left, bat right.
You make a note of those guys because it's just different. It's like, man, you're left-handed, but you hit right-handed.
Singy wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. So the Houston lineup turns over. Jose Altuve up next for the Astros. And that skips in the dirt. And he walked him.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Hit in the air, left field. Roden sizing this one up. He's there. He's got it. That is the inning. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. Right side, Leon. Drops into the glove. 1 away.
Batting ninth, left fielder, Alan Roden.
So up next for Toronto, Alan Roden. 1 out, bases empty. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Leon hauls it in, and there's 2 away. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Here's Andres Jimenez. The other way, fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And he's in there standing up with a 2-out double.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Willie Adames getting ready to hit. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And he's registered 3. Martinez ready to fire now. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Varsho snags it, and there's 1 away. And now the first baseman, Christian Walker. Walker with just 1 more homer to reach the 200 career mark. Hit on the ground to short. Adames the throw to first. And there's 2 down. And next to hit for Houston, Yainer Diaz. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one down the line, and that's just foul. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient. Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Back here in Houston, and here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That's out to center field. McCormick trying to get there. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And a quick out, number 1. So here's the cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. Next offering is fouled back. One down, base is empty. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but it's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Throw to first, and there's 2 gone following the strikeout.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
That one is absolutely belted. This one could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And that's a double.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Now here is Adam Frazier. That one to first. Takes it himself. And he has thrown 4. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Chas McCormick. And that's ball 4.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
And next is the designated hitter, Jake Myers. Swing and a miss. And it's 1 and 2.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Hauls it in for the out. And now the right fielder, Pedro Leon. And a swing and a miss.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
McCormick off of first with 2 away. And that's ripped into left. Base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. That's in there, and the count is 1 and 2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And that's a base hit. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home, but it's offline, and the lead is up to 5.
Couple of singles back-to-back. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Line drive, and it stays fair. Here comes Leon. He will score. Runner holds at third, so just 1 across on the play.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. Here comes the manager. New pitcher on here, Paul Sewald.
And this is a really tough spot to come into as he tries to keep this one close. You almost have to forget about the runners in scoring position.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. The run comes in from second, and it's an 8-run lead.
He was all over that one. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases right off the bat. That's the kind of thing hitters dream about when they're falling asleep at night.
And that's a base hit. Coming home. He'll score easily. And it's an RBI single, and they now lead by 9. So next up for Houston, Yainer Diaz. Nabs it, and that is the 3rd out. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Do you collect baseball cards?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to put them in my back tire of my bicycle so it would sound like a motorcycle. Probably ruined some good cards back then, but don't really have much of a collection. The other day I came across a binder that my wife had in one of the drawers, and my son's got some baseball cards, so
Now we'll be looking to see if there's any kind of retirement income in there.
The Blue Jays with a lot of ground to make up. And we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
2 outs, base is empty. Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. McCormick flashes the leather on the running catch. Back now to start the bottom of the 5th, and taking over on the mound, Angel Bastardo.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Fires over to first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Hit in the air, right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. And here is Jake Myers. Going to count 1-2.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Digging in, Pedro Leon. Chop back up the middle. Jimenez. They take the force out. That's the 3rd out. And we're back. Top 6. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Andres Jimenez. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. 1 down. Now it's the shortstop, Willie Adames. Fly ball to right. Makes the grab, and there's 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Now at the plate, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It's in and out of his glove. Still manages a throw. That ends the frame. And welcome back to the ballpark. Well, we go bottom 6. And stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve.
2-2 the count.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one out's against the fence. Into second easily with a leadoff double. So man aboard, and next to hit for Houston, Jeremy Pena. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Lays out and makes the play.
He takes a huge gamble right there. If that ball gets by him, the run scores easily from second, and the hitter maybe ends up on third. But a great job, excellent focus on the dive, and he robbed extra bases on that one.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
You get a walk, and you get a walk. Everyone gets a walk, Boog.
Christian Walker up next for the Astros. Chris, he's been one of the most powerful hitters in baseball this year. His home run numbers are good enough to put him top 5 in the league. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 gone now.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think.
Over to Adames. That ends the inning. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Brian King. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Anthony Santander now at the plate. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Fastball for a strike.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
In the air, right side of the infield. Puts it away for the out. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this, but yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Movement in the bullpen, Brian Abreu. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. Scott getting cranked up as well. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the runner holds. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Alejandro Kirk. Up the middle. Into the outfield. Base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs. Now it's going to be Ernie Clement. Into center. And it drops in. Run comes in from second. It's an RBI single. It's 9-1. So 2 on with 2 away. Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays. So now a pinch hitter, Cooper Bowman, looking for a big hit with 2 out, runners at first and second. And 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Brings it in, and that is that. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's the moneymaker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Got him swinging. 2 outs, base is empty. Jake Myers, the next to hit. In there at the knees for a strike.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's...
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. That one finds the zone, and it's 3-2. Struck him out looking.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. One down, base is empty, and there's a ball. On the ground, Pena whips it to first on the run, and they get the out. And next for Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 2 outs, base is empty. In the air out to center, and no one can get there.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Tosses to first, 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Ryan Burr.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 2-1. And a foul ball. The Stros up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Clement over to first. And they get Altuve for the out. So next up for Houston, Jeremy Pena. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
2-2 the count.
In there, got him looking, and that one split the play. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Brian Abreu.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. And he chases that one. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. So up next for Toronto, Adam Frazier. Here's a 1-1. Rips one to left. That's a base hit. In steps the man they call Captain Kirk. And that one gets past the catcher. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. So they're down to their final out. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Line drive, base hit right field. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. Tag. Got it. And that's the ball game.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. We've got open-air baseball for you on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Houston Astros. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts.
So much confidence on the bump, Boog. Painting corners.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So just about set now. Towing the slab in today's game, Spencer Arrighetti. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They could move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Runner on at first with one gone. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Over to first, and he's saved. That one hammered center field. That's back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Anthony Santander at the plate. That one 95 to finish him off. Blue Jays held in check. Now here come the Astros. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here with my pal Singy. Today's starting pitcher, Matt Waldron.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for us.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. And that's a leadoff double.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately.
He absolutely ripped that ball out front and almost got it out of here, man.
Runner takes off for third. Left field. Schneider. And there's one down. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Swung on, belted. That one back there. He makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Christian Walker up next for the Astros. Base hit and a run comes in.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
2 outs, runner at first. Now the third baseman, Isaac Paredes. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Walker off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss. Back here in Houston, and now it's Dalton Varsho. Strike 2. On the ground, right side, Maton. Slings to first and quickly run away in the second. Here's Adam Frazier. One down, base is empty. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Laced down the line. This looks like extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
Stepping in, Alejandro Kirk. And a base hit right there. Play at the plate. Got him. And now Ernie Clement. In the air, right field. Hamilton makes his way towards it. And that is that. Back here in Houston, leading off, Nick Maton. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Popped up. Clement. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down. Now it's the DH, Jake Myers. 1 out, base is empty. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. 2 up, 2 down.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Fights it off. He'll see another. And they'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Ground ball right side and foul ball. That one out to right. And that's a foul ball. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love it.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Whips it to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd. Here's Andres Jimenez. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Everything came together for him. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's...
Runner on the go. Pitch is high. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game.
Line drive, base hit. Coming around 3rd is Jimenez. The throw's offline. He's safe. It's 1-1.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get into scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. That missed by a lot. And a count 2-1. Drilled out towards left center field. That one is back. And it's off the wall. Rounds 3rd, headed for the plate. He'll score.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
And now Anthony Santander takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2. And next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. That one almost got him. Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Vladdy comes in to score. It's 3-1, and he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Picks himself up an RBI. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Base hit into center field. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 3. So 2 down, and here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Base hit, and now 2 aboard. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And there's a hit. Doesn't stop. Heads for home. And he's out. Up, down, and that ends the inning. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling. This one high in the air to left center. Schneider pulls it in on the run. So the batting order turns over. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jeremy Pena. And he takes it himself for the out. 2 down, base is empty. Chas McCormick up next for the Astros. And that's in for a strike. And the count 1-2. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That one's back there. Onto the balcony and gone. See you later. Chas McCormick muscles one out. His second of the year, and they cut into the deficit. It's 4-2.
Things might get pretty interesting if they keep connected on pitches like that.
Man, I hated knuckleball. Seems like it's so hard to square him up and hit the ball hard, but this guy had no problem at all. It was like he was born to do this. Really good piece of hitting, just a sound swing, and he stayed within himself.
High fly ball down the left field line, and that is a foul ball. Two out, space is empty. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Astros claw back a bit on this solo homer. It's now on to the fourth. Now the left fielder, Davis Schneider. And that one hit to first. The flip to the pitcher covering. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth. So the lineup flips over. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Late on that fastball. Action in the pen down there. Sean Dubin getting loose out there. Scott also throwing. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Gets to it onto first. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike. Two outs, base is empty. Willie Adames stands in. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
1-2.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And we're back. Bottom four. And now the first baseman, Christian Walker. High fly ball out to center field. Varsho moving under it. Makes the catch for the out. One away. Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. On the ground to the left. And it goes just foul.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling.
Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice...
Can't glove it cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw to Jimenez. On to first, save. So they get one, but a really nice try there. So now the Astros designated hitter, Jake Myers. Clement sizes this one up. And that will end the inning. So one hit. Ready now for the fifth inning. And now here is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Popped up. Walker settles under it. And there's one down.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
Hamilton makes the play. Two down. So up next, Dalton Varsho. Two outs. Out to center. McCormick sizing this one up. Makes the catch. And that is that. Back here at Dyken Park. Now it's the right fielder, Quincy Hamilton. Fouled off. He was late. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Way back there. And out of here. His first homer in the majors, and they're going to have to send somebody to get that ball for him.
Always such a special moment. You know this is one of the biggest thrills of his life. He's got to be floating around the bases right now.
Yeah, he'll remember every detail of that at bat for years, as he should. It's a true once-in-a-lifetime event.
Now, Boog, there's so many times when a young player might wonder if he's ever even going to...
Oh, he can't hang on. Still able to fire over, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. Here's the Astros leadoff man, Jeremy Pena. He's got it, and there's two away. Chas McCormick up next for the Astros.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't.
And he's got it in right field for the third out, so that'll do it. One in the inning, and it comes from a rather unlikely. We're back, and they make a change to start the sixth. The new pitcher, Taylor Scott.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one away. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Swing at a high fly ball. That's out to center. Snags it for the second out. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. Late with the swing there.
It normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. Don't think you want to throw it again, though.
Jimenez makes the catch, and there's one gone. And now Christian Walker. There's a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
The 3-2 is outside, and it's ball 4. Man at first with one gone. Here's the third baseman. Isaac Paredes throw to second. Great jump, and that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close. And the tying run is now in scoring position. 2 away down. So digging in, Nick Maton. Down the line, and it's foul. Man on second, 2 down. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Left-hand hitter waits. And that one ripped into right, and that's a fair ball. Runner around third, on his way to the plate. He scores, and the Astros tie it up.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one. Ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
And here is Jake Myers. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
Lifted in the air, right field. Frazier squeezes it, and the inning is over. Astros pick up a run on the RBI double. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Brian Abreu.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Brian King, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Almonte also getting ready. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
He swings and hits a fly ball center field. And it falls. Throw holds him at second. But the go-ahead run now in scoring position. And still nobody out. So the go-ahead run is into scoring position. Willie Adames digs in now. This to third. Off balance speed. There's one. A sensational double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that one is inside. And strike 2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
So Vladdy Jr. strikes out. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Eric Swanson. And now the right fielder, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Now he'll turn for second, and he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Putting some good swings on the ball. That's his second extra base hit in this one.
I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it.
Line drive, that's a base hit. Around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they take the lead in the seventh. Back to the top of the order now. And the batter will be the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. 2-2 now. And that's down and away.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
No, now he's got 2 runners on after that walk, and things can get out of hand in a hurry in these situations, so he's going to have to find a way to get back into the strike zone.
Puts a bunt down. Fires over to Guerrero. Out on the sac bunt. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate, calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. So bases all. Now this one's well hit. Way back there. On its way and out of here. Grand slam. His 11th of the year, and they tack on to their lead. It's 9-4. Singy, somebody go track down that baseball. It's number 200 for him.
200 career home runs, that's legitimate power at the plate, and that's something that a lot of guys would dream of getting to.
Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. Here comes the manager. Chad Green ready to go.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And it's through for a hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Now here's the Astros designated hitter, Jake Myers. A little out front there as he swings through it. Fought off foul. Myers stays alive. Swings and misses, struck him out. So they put up a big number in the inning as 5 crossed the plate, and this was the... Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th, Sean Dubin.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And now Anthony Santander. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. A gigantic blast. And they cut into the lead. It's 9-6. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat.
That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
At the plate, Adam Frazier. That one finds the corner, and now it's 3-2.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
3-2. The pitch is outside, and ball 4.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Makes the grab, 1 away. Manager out of the job. Ryan King on the pitch here. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. Next offering is fouled back.
Here's a run-scoring opportunity. You definitely got to push something across because it's not going to get any easier. You get to the 9th, you got a lockdown closer ready to come in.
That's inside, and the count's even at 2. This one smoked, could be trouble. Lead runner around second. Coming home. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. And it's now a 2-run game. Here's the left fielder, Davis Schneider. The tying run at the plate. Line to left, and it's just foul. That was close. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Tying run at the plate. Hit slowly on the ground. He caught it behind his back. Close play, but he just beat him to the bag for the out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground. Ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Next offering popped in the air, right field. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Paul Sewald.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. And a foul ball. Got him. 1 away. Here's the catcher. Swings through that. Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a rope into center field, base hit.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Runner on the move. And it gets by him. Into 3rd now. So runners at the corners and 1 out. Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Chas McCormick now at the plate. On the ground, right side. And a base hit knocks in a run. Throw into 3rd. Not in time. He's safe.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Strike 3 on the foul tip. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Christian Walker. Here comes the skipper. Ryan Burr gets the ball now. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. On the ground, right side. Throws to first in time, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. Last chance coming up for the Blue Jays. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Josh Hader.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. On the ground, right side. In plenty of time to first. 2 up, 2 down. So it's their last chance in this one. Next is the DH, a switch hitter, Anthony Santander. Ground ball, Walker. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game. And your final. From Daikin Park in Houston, Mother's Day action on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Houston Astros. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. And today's starting pitcher, Lance McCullers Jr. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Willie Adames stands in. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day to my mom.
Yes, happy Mom's Day.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start. Back here with my pal Singy. And pitching here today, Cal Quantrill. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, he's putting together a really nice season on the mound. ERA in the low 3s. Very respectable when you consider guys are looking to do damage. They're not trying to just walk and hit singles. They're trying to hit homers and draw walks and score runs. So when you have a guy that can limit the other team from scoring more than a few runs, that's really tough to beat game in and game out. Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there.
Altuve runs. And that one fouled off. And down on strikes. 1 out. Here's Yordan Alvarez. And that one pulled foul. Kicks and deals. On the ground, could be 2. Feed to second, that's 1. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. Top of the second, Anthony Santander at the plate. That one missed. That's a laser base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. And that one ripped to left and foul ball. That's a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
That misses. Ball 2.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Double play ball to second. There's 1 to Walker, and that's 2.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Cut on and miss, struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. We head to the bottom of the second, and now it's Christian Walker. Walker launched a homer in his most recent game. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
And it's even up. 1 out, bases empty. To the right side, Jimenez. Handles, throws to first. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. And stepping in for the Astros, Isaac Paredes.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Back here in Houston, now the left fielder, Davis Schneider. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Ranging back. And that one hops the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Now a chance for Dalton Rushing. And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one not close. And the count is 2-2. Swing and a ground ball. And one away in the top of the 3rd. Here's Andres Jimenez. Hit on the ground to the right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and they come away without an out. 2 on, 1 out. Willie Adames next up for the Blue Jays. And Willie fouls one back. Roll to short, could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. And they bounce into 2 already. This one ends. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. The 1-1 is fouled off. Quattro back to work. Got him swinging. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So now the DH spot, Jake Myers. And a big swing and a miss.
2-2 count.
This one in the air. Guerrero has this one sized up. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
2 down, nobody on. Up the middle, base hit. That was smoke through the infield.
He was all over that one. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get him.
Rudder takes off. Up the middle, Adames. Gets it to first, and they get Altuve for the out. Start of the 4th, and now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. McCormick grabs it on the run.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities. All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
And now it's going to be Dalton Varsho. That one ripped right center field. Bangs off the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay, not in time. He scores, and it's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Double into the gap, and that was a really nice swing to beat the inside pitch. He just beat him to the spot. Kept his hands tight inside that baseball, and that just allowed him to drive it into the alley right there.
Bounding ball here, rolls foul. And ring him off, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout.
He's got to throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. That misses the zone, and the count is 3-1. That one the other way. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. The Jays push across a run on this double. It's now. Welcome back, and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. Turned on, but foul wide of third. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That's to third. Clement over to first. One out in the bottom of the fourth. Now here is Yordan Alvarez. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. A monster shot to right. His second homer of this series, and it ties it up. It's 1-1. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
We all saw it was hit hard, but how hard was it, Singy? Statcast is here with the answer.
Yeah, Boog, it says the exit velo was 113 miles per hour, and it looked every bit of it, didn't it? I mean, just an impressive swing of the bat, and clearly he saw it out of the pitcher's hand no problem.
There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. And that's a fair ball. Now he turns and heads for second. Now the tag at second, and he's out. Trying for 2. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Out to short, Pena. Throws to first. One away here in the 5th. And now the catcher comes up to him. Dalton rushing.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
McCullers winds, fires. That to right. Leon on his way over. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. That's out number 2. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Grounds one to short. Whips it across. Out number 3. Blue Jays go down in order. And that's through there for a strike. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground to third. Clement zips it to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. Chas McCormick up next for the Astros. Ground ball up the middle. Jimenez. The throw to first. Home half of the 5th inning moving along. 2 quick outs. So 2 down now. And here is Jake Myers. That pitch gets the corner. Now he's in a 1-2 hole. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Yency Almonte.
And he's had a really hard time throwing strikes so far this season. His walk rate is up there among the worst in the league for relievers.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run. Go-ahead run on base, and now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Almonte checks over to first, and he's back. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
All over that one right there.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Runner around third. He'll score easily. And it's an RBI single and a 2-1 ball game now. First and second, no outs. And next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. Way inside, and that hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Here's Adam Frazier. This to center field. Base hit. One run is in. Headed for the plate. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a Astros go to the pen, and here comes Taylor Scott.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. First and second here, no outs. Lined, and that's a base hit. Coming home, the throw in. It's offline. The run comes in, and they lead by 4. Next to hit, Davis Schneider. On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3, and they turn the double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Back here in Houston, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Pedro Leon. Schneider right there to make the grab. One up, one down. So the Houston lineup turns over. Now it's the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Well, he clearly didn't recognize that curveball out of the hand and tried to check the swing, just went around too far, and you're hoping the umpire maybe missed it, and they bail you out.
Tosses to first, and the Astros put down. Top of inning number 7. Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Now the throw to first on the run. In time. Got him.
Well, he had to make the perfect play up the middle, be able to square himself up with the shoulders enough to be able to make a strong, accurate throw to first, and I thought that was an infield hit all the way.
And a base hit. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Over to Altuve, but safe at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. Got him to chase one upstairs there. Guerrero, the runner at first with 2 gone. Got him looking. That was pretty nasty. 1 left for Toronto. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next offering is down low.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you can believe in to find a way to get on base.
No play. That's an infield single.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Well, these Astros just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he's starting to look a little gassed to me, and we'll see if they go to the bullpen in this spot or not.
First and second, no outs.
1 ball,
Yainer
2
Diaz
strikes.
up next for the Astros. Adames, glove flip for 1. On to first, double play. And next to hit for Houston, Isaac Paredes. Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Varsho makes the catch. And that's the inning. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Sean Dubin.
Well, home runs have been a problem this year. Not doing a great job keeping the ball in the yard so far this season, so we'll see if that factors in.
Swings and misses, and that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Now it's the right fielder, Adam Frazier. Swing and a ball lifted left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down. And the batter now, Ernie Clement. And a base hit into right. So up next for Toronto, Davis Schneider. 2 outs. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a ball popped in the air, and that'll fall for a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits. Here's the catcher to hit, Dalton Rushing. Late that time, and it's strike 2. The Astros have some action in their pen. Ryan King, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Gray warming up as well. Two on, 2 outs. Swings and misses. Couldn't hit the fast. Bottom of the 8th. Here's the center fielder, Chas McCormick. And a swing and a miss. Quantrill still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point he wants to finish what he started.
And he grounds one to the right side. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
Jimenez pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down. So next up for Houston, Pedro Leon. Just missed. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Varsho calls it in to end the inning. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, John Gray. He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh. Comebacker to the mound. To first, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth. Willie Adames, the next to hit. Here's the pitch to Adames. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. Gray, he's made a name for himself as a very effective reliever, but not really what you expect from a bullpen arm these days because he's not out there racking up Ks.
I think it's the deception and his ability to change arm angles and slots and give hitters different looks within one at bat. They're never able to get comfortable. When you only see him once, a lot of times he has success.
Got to be clever, too, when you don't have that lights-out stuff, right?
Absolutely. You got to know what you're able to do. Instead of focusing on what that hitter's strength is, stay with your strength and trust that you'll come out on top.
Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle to base hit. And out to a board.
He tries to go down and away, and the plate covered completely. A laser shot.
Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Out to shallow center. And makes the grab. 2 down. So first and second with 2 outs. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Gets under it and pops it up. Pena makes the play, and that'll do it. 2 left. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Chad Green. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Tosses to first. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. He's 2 outs away. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. Next offering misses down and away. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball but missed the spot.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Air Jordan steps in to take his hats. That's a base hit. Around second is Pena. The throw to third. In there safely. Here in the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Christian Walker up next for the Astros. The 1-1 is fouled off. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Here in the last half of inning number 9.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
The next pitch misses. Full count, 3-2. Swings through it for the K. And just 1 out remaining for Houston. And here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. Swing and a ball hammered left field. That's back. Gone into the Crawford box is a home run. His first homer of the year. It's 5-4. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game, and just like that, they're back in it. That was one of those home runs where you really don't.
Manager out of the dugout. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Jeff Hoffman.
And something to be aware of. The long.
Got him, and that's the ball game. Close one here today.
finish.